And we are here, episode number 1. We off the motherfucking liquor. Alright? Now, the first episode, it got corrupted, so we couldn't upload it. So now, this is gonna be the first episode. I'm here with my boy, Shrimp Gang, and Lizzy.
She's not really important, but us two.
Yeah, man, we didn't get the show. Norman couldn't be here because I think that nigga got COVID, but he don't know yet, so let's pray for that nigga Norman, because he real ugly. And he gay.
That's like calling, what is it, the kettle?
But anyway, if you wondering why, if you wondering why your girl not with you and she over here, it's probably because you're not rocking Man of the Year. Clap for Black Business, please.
Turn up, get up and show him the shirt.
Man,
you look like a regular ass pig. Hey, he trying to promote somebody's shirt.
Shout out to Black Business, man.
So
shout out to Man of the Year.
Time he's not even really in the whole thing.
Hold on. Hey, and with that being said, let's start the show. On the phone, so to sleep, I can't fight it. Locked in my mode, I feel like I'm indicted. Alternate code, and I think that I like it. Look at my drip, got these hoes all excited. They tried to kill me, the fire ignited, and I beat the. So welcome to the first episode of Off The Liq. We just here getting liquored up, having shots. If you fuck with the show, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Like I said, the first episode got deleted, it got corrupted, so this is not a first episode. So, would you guys like to start it off?
Well, I'm Shrimp Gang, and this is Liz. She's not really that important, but she's important now. Norman, our cameraman, could not make it today because he might have COVID. And pray for him.
Ugly.
And he is kind of ugly. So pray for him, please. You got something to say before we start?
Hi guys, my name is Lizzy. They didn't really introduce me the correct way. I know I look kind of crazy right now because my hair is still getting done. You know, I'm taking a break. On a good amount of leave. If you guys really like this channel and this video, and you like seeing me, because I am very important. Because these two dildos don't know the truth.
Dildo?
But I'm very important, guys, okay? So, I know I'm not on the logo yet, but I definitely will be. And guess who's going to be front and center? Me.
Cap. Anyway, let's get the show on the roll. So, Miss Lizzy, would you like to hit us with the first topic?
So, I wanted to talk about the inauguration day. Well, it's literally just very...
Hold on.
You gotta take that shot first. You already fucked up because we supposed to be off the lick.
So when did we discuss that we was gonna take a shot before each topic?
We definitely discussed that.
Was this before? After you didn't know we was on 2 episodes? And
no, this is when we first started. This is when we first started. Because remember the first time you was drinking out of that weak ass jug.
First of all,
we were supposed to be taking shots. We were taking shots.
Don't come for me because that was nice and good.
All right. We don't have to do it after every topic. We don't have to do it after every topic.
No, we didn't even start a topic. This is before the topic.
But we about to take a shot.
Right. So, but he kept saying we not.
But you have to say it off the lick. If you're not off the lick, then it's not official.
Okay, but I'm not taking all this because y'all are tripping.
Because you ain't off the lick, but
I'm gonna be halfway off the lick. You feel me?
No, don't laugh at that. If you laugh at that shit, bitch ass.
Says the bitch ass. You had to drink the chaser first and then drink the cow.
Suck my dick.
No.
Talking to the people at home.
Oh, okay.
See, this is why you don't drink with peons. Because this shit right here.
She took a sip out of her shot, bro.
A little sip. How you gonna take a sip?
So let's talk about a topic. First of all, let's talk about being responsible when we're driving. So I'm driving home today. I do not live here, okay? So I'm not about to just be taking them back. Correct. You say I'm doing what?
Being politically correct.
Okay, well, I mean...
Don't drink and drive, guys. We got that. Exactly. Don't drink and drive, man.
Okay, exactly. So if I have to sip this whole thing to equal to what y'all doing, guess who's gonna make it home safely? Me. Pray to God, of course. But anyways, moving on.
So first topic.
Oh, okay. So first topic. I wanted to talk about inauguration day because I know we were going to, like how EmEry mentioned, that the first episode that we had filmed, it got corrupted. So this is essentially the first episode. We were going to talk about the Capitol shooting, but we wasn't really going to. So I really feel like Inauguration Day is going to tie, like go hand in hand with the Capitol shooting, just because I was reading like news articles about DC going on lockdown, because we all know what's going to happen once they declare Trump no longer the president of these 50 states of the United States of America. How do you guys feel about that?
I'm gonna let my nigga shrimp.
Like, how does that touch you? Like,
I'm gonna be honest with you. When it comes to like anything about politics, I really just stay out of it. And I know, like, as a black person in America, I'm supposed to be
You
like
a
really
black man.
I'm supposed to be all up in politics and voting and all that shit. But I mean, me honestly, I don't really.
yeah. I mean,
As long as I get paid every 1st and the 15th. I'm straight. But what I do got to say is, when the shit that happened at the Capitol, I had no sympathy for any of that. I minded my own motherfucking business. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy how all these white folks and some black folks with bad haircuts got up there and was trying to, like, you know what I'm saying, down the BLM movement and over here trying to cause a ruckus just because they president's getting fired type shit.
You seen that? They have some "I can't breathe." Like, they did that
Yeah.
outside. That has nothing to do with what y'all did. Y'all decided to walk in there and get all mazed up. And
Yeah,
shit
like
that.
it was so unneeded.
Black people didn't choose to walk at their house and get mazed or fucking shot or anything like that. So I'm confused. Like,
there's actually a video of a girl. There was a woman who got interviewed and she was talking about how she got maced, but she had an onion in her fucking towel and she was rubbing the onion against her eye. And I'm just like, what in the actual fuck? Where are we at? Like, sometimes it don't even feel like white people make me laugh so hard. And it's like, it's not all white people. I know all white people ain't like this, but it's just like they make me laugh so hard because like they want to struggle so bad. It's
or
like
they want to feel what we've been feeling, knowing that they'll never feel what we've been feeling.
It's more like, okay, say if I broke my leg, bro, okay, and I'm over here like, damn, man, I broke my leg. I gotta have a cast and all that, woo woo, and then after that, my leg is not gonna always act the same. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna work the same like it did last time. And I feel like that's how, like, black people, we broke a leg, we up and running right now, but our leg still is not going, you know what I'm saying, work at 100%. White folks, they like to get a little paper cut and complain and say, see, I'm hurt just like you. This hurts really bad, by the way. And then like they put the alcohol and like, oh, this is so much pain.
I can't take it.
And then they put their little Band-Aid on it with Dora the Explorer over it and then put it in our face. Like, see, if I can forget about this paper cut, you can definitely forget about that broken leg. And that's why I feel like white people do all the time. As a group. Not like all white people, but as a group. Yeah. Like,
they be like,
as a demographic. Yeah.
You guys have Black Lives Matter, we're gonna have, Trump, you know, he out of office and it was a lie, it's a cheat. And it's like, no, he lost. Just get over
like, he legit lost.
Like, by a lot. It wasn't like, two votes.
It's still people defending that shit though, but I ain't gonna lie.
Even though he put on his social media that he like freaking did he pay like Georgia voters or something to like vote for him, and he didn't even win Georgia or whatever state it was. He didn't end up winning that state, so whatever.
Honestly, my viewpoint is I don't think nobody really care about that shit, man. Everybody using it to like pretty much cater to their own agenda.
Mm-hmm.
I say it's a lot of like, you know, black people that's speaking out about police brutality, yeah. But then there's a lot of other people that's just going with the flow, just trying to like, you know what I mean? A lot of people are making money off of like both sides pretty much.
Yeah.
So it's people supporting this Black Lives Matter that's saying, oh, black power, black da-da-da-da, but they don't really like give a fuck about it. They just worrying about the dollar. Same way on the other side. It's white people using this Trump shit and all this other shit to gain money, you know. So I really don't think nobody care about this shit, to be real with you.
I guess my question really was like, with the inauguration day, let me say, because for me, how I feel about it is that I really feel like this is going to be one for the history books, okay? Like, there has been plenty of times when presidents, you know, they do their little swap and whatnot, but I just feel like this day that swap happens, it's going to be very, very like suspenseful. I really feel like people want to try to kill him, like with everything in me. Cause think about it, he did, but he didn't. He like stood by and let his people, his supporters, kill us And now this is our chance. He's now a regular citizen. He is no longer the president of the United States.
Oh, you talking about Trump?
Yeah, I'm talking about Trump as far as inauguration day. I don't mean the whole process or whatnot. I should have reworded my question or went further into explaining what I meant. But I mean, like, us as people, how are we going to react with him no longer being president? How does that feel to you? Like, I hope he gets what comes to him. I don't care. Like, that.
To me,
I pray to God he does.
Me, about him being the president, ain't gonna need cap, bro. I don't care. I didn't care when that nigga got voted. I didn't care. Last president I cared about was Obama, and that was because he was the first black president. And but as a whole, politicking is not my shit. Politicking is like, not my shit.
I respect what you guys are saying. I understand what you guys are saying. I just, to me, it was just like, I really feel like some shit gonna go off on Wednesday. It's Wednesday, right? It's tomorrow 19th? Yeah, Wednesday. So I just don't feel like them putting DC on lockdown, like, he's not gonna be the president no more. And it's gonna be like, you're gonna be in a hospital or something. I'm not saying that I'm gonna do anything. I just really don't see it just being a smooth
when this episode come out, it's gonna be past the inauguration day, and nothing is gonna be to happen. Absolutely nothing is gonna be done to that nigga. That nigga gonna still be talking shit on Twitter.
So he's blocked from all social media.
But he gonna get back on after the inauguration. He gonna get back on. He gonna be talking shit.
But his opinion gonna be less like.
It was never. His opinion.
People aired his shit. Like, they used to air the word. Like, he was some type of god, and I'm just like, he's not. He's literally destroying us. So you said your favorite president, and the only president you really cared about was Obama, right?
I never cared about presidents to begin with.
But I'm saying if you had to choose, it would be Obama. I feel the same way too, and it's not because it's black. It's because he had a first lady who actually cared about, like, us. Our community, she started that little program to, like, get, like, young black women from being obese to, like, fit, and just, like, all these different things that she did. What is the first lady that we have done for anybody?
I don't even think she know where the fuck she is.
I don't know. So I like the Obamas in general. Like, they were very, very good for us, and there was hate, but there wasn't, like, and people don't realize Trump is like this great person, but it's like it's been nothing but hatred since he went into office. But let's move off from him because it was just supposed to be inauguration day.
So anyways,
I chose the first topic. What do you want to talk about? That's the same topic. And then we can do the shot and stuff.
Okay. Well, I feel like we should.
My credit card. Go ahead.
All right, so I feel like we can recycle a topic that we had in the previous episode.
Okay.
Well, this is the first episode, so it wasn't a previous.
Well, the almost episode.
Yeah,
the almost episode. So, relationships. Okay. Do you feel that when it comes to relationships lasting, like, a lot of people say, man, why did relationships used to last so long back in the days, and now, what I'm saying, the relationships don't last that long, it's hard to date and all that bullshit, whatever. What do you really feel like is the problem, and how do you think we should solve it?
But before we go, we're off the lick, so...
We off the lick!
Off the lick!
Licky lick lick!
I don't know about that.
This is why you're not going to be on the logo. Right here. This part right here. That's why you're not going to be on the logo. Licky lick lick. Get out. Get out. What the hell?
Alright. So who's gonna take it off?
Ladies first.
Okay, so
Niggas first.
Anyways, to answer his question, why don't relationships last as long today as they did back in the day, 60s, 70s, or whatever. Even before that, I personally feel like back in the day there was a lot of, like, respect and understanding of a man's role and a woman's role. And I feel like now that you know, the world is developing and us as women are becoming more independent, and we are literally doing things that men are supposed to be doing. So, perfect example, if you are, you know, you have a fallout with someone that's your boyfriend or your husband, whatnot, and they're just the baby father and you're the mother, like 9 out of 10, because you aren't living with that person, you're going to be doing a lot of things that the man should be doing when he's there, as far as like caring for his child or things for the home and stuff like that. You got to work, you got to clean the house, you got to take care of the baby, you got to buy this, that, and the third. So women are learning to be more independent. And so therefore, when it is time to get in a relationship, she is so like hell bent on being independent that, you know, she feels like she don't really need that man. Like, yes, it'll be nice to have that man, but she don't really need them. And that's where that respect for the man role come into place, because how can she respect your role if she's been done dirty by somebody in the past? So it's all about like knowing roles, like what you should do as a man, what should be done as a woman. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all, but that's what I really feel. It's everything.
Oh, it's me? I agree with yours, but it's also something you didn't touch on, and it's the fact that social media plays a big role in people's relationship. A lot of people do the whole like, oh,
why can't we be like that?
Yeah. A lot of people, and then plus, you're so accessible using social media. Back in the day when they didn't have social media, it was just like, oh, okay, y'all in y'all own little world in the household, blah, 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 blah. But now with a cell phone, it comes, oh, okay, social media, it's so easy for me to get distracted. Not me personally, because black men don't cheat. But it's so easy to get distracted. You know, if you scrolling down your timeline, you just see somebody, oh, that was my friend from a couple of years ago. What's good? Da 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 da. That shit comes and plays a part and kind of like, you know.
But that's you not. But do you think that has a little to do with social media and a lot to do with you respecting your relationship? Because,
yeah, I agree.
So it's a respect thing. Like, I feel like if you respect your relationship, if my like boyfriend is scrolling down on and we both see like a bag, I be like, look at her butt, look at, and I like go to her page, I be ready, okay? Because when I see beautiful women, I mean it don't bother me, because it's like how can I think it's okay that I think she's beautiful but he can't think she's beautiful, you know?
Okay, but you gotta think about it like this. It's a 10% of females that see a beautiful woman and don't want you to think that she's beautiful.
But she is. You can't help it.
That's what I'm saying. But it's a percentage of
women. That's why I'm saying, in your relationship, where was the trust broken? Because if people should not enter a relationship with 0% trust. The trust should be broken down as things develop in a relationship.
Facts.
So like, if I was dating any one of you, right, and y'all never did nothing to me, y'all never disrespected the relationship, I wouldn't care if you had female friends. I wouldn't care if you was like scrolling constantly, liking female pics, commenting on it, and telling some, hey, like, you look, I just want to let you know you look gorgeous or whatnot. That wouldn't bother me, because I have trust and faith in our relationship that don't touch me. And right. That's just me.
But that's just you though. It's a large percentage of females.
You can say 98%.
Nah, I want to say
it's
10%. I say 10%.
No, 98% of females aren't like that. We got a very small percent of females who are like, oh, I don't care. All the females, they go, I don't care. Oh, who that? Like, they be quick to snap.
I want to say, from my experiences, it's 10% females that's like really like just annoying about like, oh, okay, that girl is attractive. I know that girl's attractive, but I don't want you to feel like that girl's attractive. It's a lot of females like that.
Yeah.
And most times, there's nothing really you could do, because that reflects on that person's self-esteem. Yeah. That has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
Right? But one can also say, oh, what happened to make herself? What if you got with her and you didn't know that her shit was already fucked up?
But she shouldn't put her past onto the present.
But you're not talking about that 10% female. You talking
that's
about
why I said 2%. Because 10%, that's a lot of leeway. There's almost the whole population of women. They think like, oh my gosh, I don't want my significant other to gas that person up. they're like, why can't you gas me up like that?
Right, and that's stupid because it's like, even if you get gassed up, you shoot it down. What are you shooting it down for?
Boo, give me all the compliments.
But yeah, go ahead, bro. He got something to say.
I'm just listening.
Go ahead, you gotta put your input on it.
So I get what y'all are saying, right? But I feel like that's just generational struggle. I don't think that that's the main reason why relationships don't really last that long. I feel like in this day and age, we're in a generation where we're kind of caught in between two ways of thinking. We got the traditional way and the progressive way. And the fact that lately, progressively, we've been progressing very fast. And there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that has been coming out the woodworks. Like back then, people don't have to worry about people being homosexual. So it's just like, okay, all right. Then people had time to process it. All right, cool. Homosexuality, boom. All right, I'm good. As long as you do you, I'm do me. And now we have the gender thing, and there's a lot of things that are going on that can distract us from how we view other people, and when it comes to man's roles and women's roles, because remember she brought that up. Yeah. We are so caught up. We're stuck on the precipice of what's the traditional way and the progressive way. And granted, there are certain things that's traditional that could still work to this day, but I feel like back then, there were just certain things, like people say, oh, a man's supposed to do this, a man's supposed to do that. I don't think a man is supposed to do anything. I don't think a woman is supposed to do anything, like as far as roles. Because back then, women couldn't even fucking work. They were meant to be in the house. It wasn't because women are more submissive to this, because we've already proven throughout these past couple of years that women can do as much, if not more, than a man can do. So there's not, and look, I'm just saying, a lot of people, they're still stuck. Like, there's a lot of men who have egos that were raised to have their egos. I'm not trying to be a pick-me, I'm serious. There's, no, for real. So there's men out there who feel threatened by that shit. Right. And there could be a woman who could just naturally just be a beast at what she does, and she might make more money, she might be, you know what I'm saying, like more dominant or whatnot, but she might actually like you. But since you want to be on your shit, like, well, I'm a man, I'm supposed to be doing this and that and the third, and sometimes that thought can fuck up a good relationship, because you could have had a good woman, but you mad because your woman is making more than you. You're mad because of this, that, and the third, or your woman's not submissive enough, because you're taking a whole bunch of traditional aspects of a relationship into a progressive era.
That's true. Definitely.
That makes sense.
Women like to be
and women do the same shit. Some women do the same shit. There's some women who can like a dude or feel like they can't find a man because there's no man that can take care of everything. First of all, rent's not $500 anymore, bro. Rent is, and there's niggas that can do it. I'm not saying that there's not niggas that can do it, but there's just to expect that, especially if you have a job type shit. It's like it's not wrong.
What were you doing before you met him?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Your bills.
There's nothing wrong with wanting to be a housewife, because there is a man out there who can make you to be a housewife. What I'm saying is the expectations.
Taking it personal.
No, look, but the
Off The Liq.
The expectations of it, like, I can't, like, they'll generalize a whole populace of men just because men ain't out here trying to completely take care of a woman. It's like, y'all, these men are different these days. It's like, bitch, you the same age as me. What do you mean these days? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're taking traditional shit. If you want, like, people need to understand, and people need to be more honest with themselves. If you want that type of dude, there's dudes out there that still do it. But then there's certain things that you can't, and here's where it, like, sometimes women will take progressive things into a traditional type of relationship. If you have a traditional if you want that type of traditional relationship, then when that man says shut the fuck up, you need to shut the fuck up. That's if I'm paying. Look, listen when I say. Listen when I say.
See how she looked?
No. Look. From a traditional standpoint, right? Go ahead, yeah. From a traditional standpoint, right? When a man truly dominated the home, he was the head of household. Whatever he said goes. So if you get a man who is traditionally like that, then he expects you to listen and obey. It's not, and I'm not saying that all the dynamics are like that. I'm saying like in general, there's a lot. Like, I've talked to a lot of men who are on that type of shit, and when they're in the household, whatever they says goes. Not saying that they're ordering everybody around. What I'm saying is he is the head of household. that like in that traditional stance. So you can't be like, oh, I just want to be a housewife and all that shit, but then you still want to call the shots. That's not how it works. So you're bringing progressive.
To a certain extent, a housewife does still call the shots.
You're not understanding what I'm saying.
To
an extent,
call the shots as far as the house goes. But she
making actual executive decisions type
like,
shit, and the man can't say shit. Like, he's like, nah, nigga, you ain't about to, cause my daddy don't even scream at me type shit. It's like, nigga,
but your daddy not paying your bills.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm paying all the bills. I'm the head of the household. So it's like you just don't want to work. Because a lot of women, they want to say that they want the traditional way, like I want a man to do whatever woo, but they don't want the other things that come with that relationship because they're still in a progressive state of mind.
That's why I had said though, because your question was versus today versus back in the day. That's why I said respect on the roles of the gender. Mm-hmm. And that has not, like, that don't really have much to do with like today's like time as far as like how people, you know, are sexual, how their sexual orientation or whatnot, or how they see themselves sexually now. It's like when you're in a relationship, it's already you guys will establish before you even progress further into that relationship who's the man, who's the woman, who wears the pants, who does not. Like, I feel like that it's just given. Like,
off the Liq.
If it's not all the time, then y'all don't need to be in a relationship because you aren't like separating who should do what. Like, there's no expectations, there's no grown talk happening. Y'all just fucking at that point. Because if y'all don't know who does what in a relationship, how you in a relationship? So how can we get back to respecting the roles of each person? And that's roles that we sat down and we discussed, okay, this is what you're doing, this is what I do. Whether it be I pay 30% of the bills and you pay the 70%, or we do 50-50, it's where's the discussion at? That's where the respect on the role of the man or the woman comes from. And then once you guys argue that, then today's time, like all like homosexuality and all that stuff comes into play. All the stuff that we're going through, especially as black people, that comes into play in our relationship because we always let those things affect our relationship one way or another. We shouldn't. Back in the day, shit like that did not affect their relationships. That's why he can go sleep with, you know, Patty down the street and still come home to his family. No one knows he's sleeping with Patty. Come home to his family. Y'all can be in a successful relationship for over 70 years. Now,
social media.
People like, oh, your man just left Patty out.
Hold on. I want to combat that.
Not saying that's right, people.
No.
I'm not saying that's right, black people.
It's how it is, though.
Wait. I want to combat that because that's not all the way true. Back then, women had no choice but sometimes to stay with a nigga because who else is gonna take care of him?
Yeah,
because there's a lot of women who know all. Like, I feel like women. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like women have a sixth sense that men don't have when it comes to knowing when somebody's lying, knowing when something's wrong. When something's wrong, they know. So
it's like
then, women knew that, you know, such and such was, you know what I'm saying, cheating on whoever. You know what I'm saying? But I mean,
but I say the reason I had used that example is because, you know, if you're not doing anything, if your man is out cheating on you because you're not doing anything, you're literally just home, just living that life, you're not providing or whatnot, what can you say? Why did you cheat on me? What if Patty?
You might get drugged for that one.
No. I'm not saying cheating is okay. First of all, cheating is never okay because if you don't want to be with someone, don't be with them. Don't step out on your relationship. It is not okay. Period. Right? But I say all that to say is that if you're literally, your man is doing everything for you, right? And he cheat on you. You just have the suspicion. There was no like, proof or evidence or whatnot. What would you say? Like, how would you feel comfortable enough correcting this man who you don't know they did nothing, but you're not doing anything to contribute to it? All you're doing is giving him sex. If you really want to think about it, that's the only thing you're doing.
I mean, if she's taking care of the household, there's a lot of things that go into taking care of the household.
Is it just them two?
But what you mean? Wait.
So you saying she's taking care of the household? Is it just them two? Do they got a family? Like,
I mean, they could have that's subjective. I don't know.
If it's just them two, it can't. If it's just them two, like, I don't know, like, it can't be that much because regardless if you had that man there or not, you still have to wash the clothes. There's nothing to wash his clothes with yours. You still gotta wash dishes. It's nothing to wash an extra plate or cup. You still gotta sweep and mop the floors. you still gotta take out the trash. Oh, okay. I mean, you was taking out the trash before you met this man. Now all of a sudden you got a man. Now he gotta take out the trash. Like, I don't be understanding things like that. Now it's respectful for them. It's respectful. I don't take out the trash. I don't take out the trash though. But I'm just saying, like, before I had my significant other, I was taking out the trash. I was doing all this stuff by myself. So I didn't expect him to come into a relationship and just take over it. But out of respect for our relationship and for me, he takes out the trash. He does those things. That's what I'm saying though. It's respect.
Okay, so alright.
I said a lot that didn't have to do with a lot.
No, and it's cool. That's what the podcast is for. You know what I'm saying? People, you know, sometimes you get a little off track, but you still kept it in, you know,
the category.
Yeah, in the category of, you know, relationships, period. And I meant to mention something else, that nowadays, you know, people are finally getting into being poly or monogamous. So it's like
3 people.
The people's view of marriage is now corrupted. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things in the progressive era that can serve as factors on why relationships don't, you know what I'm saying, necessarily happen or they don't have longevity as much as longevity. But my opinion is, I feel like we've been struggling with this for a while, even before the traditional era. I just feel like the traditional era provided order.
Yeah.
And people just follow the rules.
Yeah.
I'm the man, I have to do this. You're the woman, you have to do that.
Because that
there's
was
rules
taught,
and regulations established. Chaos is put at, you know what I'm saying, at a calm. But now in the progressive era where a lot of those boundaries are being broken, you know, now it's like we're still in the process of kind of readjusting ourselves to a whole new order.
Right.
Because if you think about it, there is no order. Everything's gender. It's like gender is non-binary nowadays.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Gender role, non-binary.
It's like you. I don't have a gender. Like, I can be they. You dress me as.
That's dumb as fuck.
Wait, now you about to get drunk. You
better delete that shit out. I don't care how drunk or whatever you are.
You finna get drunk. No, it's his opinion.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate, right?
Go ahead.
How the fuck are you born something and wake up one day with like a tinkle in your booty hole or something and wake up and just be like, you know what? I'm finna be a woman.
Okay, so I'm not saying no names, but when I'm pansexual, okay? So I like a person for who they are, not like what's underneath their clothing, none of that. Like, if I connect with you on a specific level and I'm feeling you out, then we can talk, okay? So my first relationship was
Off The Liq.
My first relationship, I was in a relationship with a transgender person, so they went male to female, right? I'm sorry, female to male, okay? And the thing is, though, if you look at his baby photos, you would have never ever thought that he was a she. Like, it was kind of like he was born to be a guy, if that makes sense.
This
like,
gonna be off subject, and I might get drugged for this. But how did y'all have sex?
I was young. What do you mean? Have sex?
Oh, okay, never mind. This was before you said yo. Okay.
But there's other ways. Are you okay with lesbian relationships?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the same thing. If they don't have a penis, it's still going to be the same type of sex, you know? Like, it's no different, because even straight relationships, even people in straight relationships, they use toys and stuff. It's the same thing. Like, it's the same thing. Like, but, you know, what people do in the bed, that don't bother me. I don't care what y'all do. Y'all have fun. But I'm just saying, bro, if a person is born and looks like a boy, and then I'm a boy, and they always feel like a boy. Like, who are we to tell them? Oh no, because you were born a girl. But they never looked like. The only thing they had was he didn't have no tits, flat chest as hell, and then all he had was a vagina. That's what's gonna tell us that we're supposed to be a man or a woman, is what's below our pants, but we look like what we want to be.
So without getting off topic, I kind of agree with her and I kind of agree with you at the same time. It took me a while to accept the fact, because I never understood, like, nigga, like, yeah, dude, the fuck, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's a the only reason why I don't necessarily 100% agree with it because I personally think that is a mental issue. I really do. Because if they can drag, because I no, but here's the thing though. Like, just because it's a mental issue don't mean I say it's bad. I still think it is some type of psychological issue that you're having, because that's identity, that's identity disorder.
But what's
or
the
some shit
difference
like that, right?
between?
Because look, what's the difference? No, look, I'm gonna ask you. What is the difference between a man being born a man and thinking that he's a woman, and like somebody who thinks that who has multiple personalities, legit multiple personalities? Like they like Split. You ever seen Split?
Yeah.
Like a person who truly believes that they have different people in their head and they can switch to this person, to that person, or whatever. They're not sitting here having support groups and having this person having multiple.
Isn't switching back and forth though.
No,
that's the biggest difference. No, I'm not taking it personally. I'm answering your question just like you would have asked that question to the people. They would have answered it just like that. A person who is born a man and feels like they are, born a female, and they feel like they're a man. They're not switching back and forth like, oh, today I'm gonna be a female, tomorrow I'm gonna be a male. Split personality disorder, as well as schizophrenia and all of that. Literally, if you really look at the chemistry and like the biology behind it, it's literally lack of brain cells and stuff. Just different things that happen in the frontal lobe and whatnot that we don't have, but they have, which makes them turn off certain parts and which makes them switch. You have to science plays a lot of what that was saying.
Okay, here's my thing though. So you're saying that the fact that they can switch on and off, that would make it a issue, but there's people who identify as a woman and go back to a man. There are people who
those
do
are people
that.
who are trying to fit in.
But how do you know?
If you are switching back and forth saying, okay, today I want to be a man, tomorrow I want to be a female, but you don't I get non-binary, right? Non-binary is just you wake up but you always been like that. You never said, oh, I'm a man, I'm a woman. You just always just did what you wanted. As far as dressing, who you laid down with, who you was involved with, right? You got people who literally they'll be like, oh well, I'm gonna wear a dress today and I'm gonna fuck niggas, blah blah blah. And then you got them tomorrow, oh I don't take pussy. And it's like, but are you confused with yourself? And that's a legit question I have, and hopefully I don't get dragged for that. But I really want to know, are you confused with yourself? Do you need help finding yourself? There are different ways to find yourself, and it's much further. It goes way beyond support groups. It's self-realization, who do I want to be? But then you have people who are actually just born that's who they meant to be. But obviously you can feel how you feel about it being a mental disorder. Anything can be classified as a mental disorder. I
don't want to say mental disorder because that's pretty disrespectful. What I'm saying is there's some type of psychological issue at hand that needs to be dealt with. You know what I'm saying? The thing that I do like about the whole transitioning thing is you get nobody can just be like, well, I want to be a girl today, and then the whole process is done for them. There's a whole psychiatric evaluation before they even touch you. So that part I do like, so they know for a fact, okay,
this person's doing it for them and not just
this is a legit thing. And if that's what you legitly want to do, then I completely support it. That's you. My thing is, what goes This is what I meant by these are things that we've been already going through in the past. It's just that back then there was order. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying order in a positive connotation. I'm saying there was order. Okay, a man's supposed to do this, a man's supposed to do that. Men have penises, women have vaginas. Now we're in a progressive era. It's well, just because you have a vagina doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be a woman. You can be a man. And it doesn't necessarily and even if you can identify as neither. You can be considered as they or them. It's crazy. So that's why I brought up the whole the progressive era with the traditional era type shit, because I feel like there's a lot of moving parts, and there's not only there are a lot of moving parts, there's also a lot of choices. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. So it's so that's why I say that I feel like all of this really affects relationships, because not only do people not really know who they are, they don't even know who they want, because there's so many. It's different if you go to a vending machine, there's only two choices. Of course, I'm I'm gonna go with this because I always go with this. You know what I'm saying? But now you go to the vending machine one day, and there's the whole thing is stopped. Whoa, I don't even know what this tastes like. I don't even know what this is. And then you have other people like, hey man, and then you have the outside. You have the advertisement of each snack. You probably heard about this snack. You're like, nah, they said only such and such eat those snacks. I'm not such and such. Even though you might like that taste, but you don't fucking know, and you're scared to taste it. And then there's some people who just don't like trying new stuff. But even though if they try that new thing, it might make them happier. Yeah. So there's a lot of moving parts when it comes, and I feel like those are all little roadblocks when it comes to dating, because back then it was simple.
Yeah.
Nowadays it's like, bro, like you can't even if you do like a girl, you don't even know what her sexual orientation is or how she even likes to be identified as. Right. So it's like even approaching women or men is hard. You gotta stay on your tippy toes. There's more things you gotta worry about now. So it's like back then it was more simpler things had order, and it was just like, okay, this is what it is and that's it. Over here it's like, well, it could be this, it could be that, well, it could be this, and if you do feel like this, it could be that too. And it's just like, well, shit, fuck, I don't even know what I fucking like. It's too much shit in the vending machine. I'm just gonna press a random button, and then when you press that random button, it's like, fuck, I don't even like this shit. And that's why, like with certain relationships, it's like you're just like, all right, fuck it, I'm just gonna go, because like some people just don't want to be alone. They date for the sake of dating.
Just having company, yeah.
Yeah, just having company, and they wonder why shit just goes south. And then you got toxic relationships. Like there's so many things.
I definitely just, I don't even know what to say. I just definitely feel like, I'm happy. I don't know if you guys are religious, but I'm religious. I'm not religious. I'm spiritually connected to God. Okay, let me say it like that. And I am blessed to be born in today's time. I don't think that I would do good with being born in back in the day because of how simple it was. I like simplicity in my life. I really do. But I also like, the chance of it being like, just like a big like word game of Scrabble or something. I like it to be a little like messy at times, not messy like in a bad way, but just like a little like spice, and I just feel like I like how it's you literally have the option to do whatever you want and be whoever you want, right? And that doesn't affect me because I grew up reading the Bible and stuff like that. Stuff that was taught to me. I was told that God would come in any form at any time. Who are we to judge? Because God's the only person to judge, right? So I don't judge people, because you never know if you be facing God. Like in like, what if God feel like, what you're saying to that person who you don't know is him is really, really bad, and he just killed you right there on the spot. Not saying that God would do that, but I think like that, I think like if God was next to me and he said don't pass judgment onto people, especially if you don't want to be judged, like, why are you sitting here doing it? I don't judge anyone. You guys can do whatever you want. You can be who you want. You can screw around with whoever you want. You can classify as them, they, her, him, she, it, like whatever you want. Like, I swear, if you're a cool person, good vibes, and you can hang, we gonna be friends. Like, that's just how it should be. Period. Like, but that's my take on it.
So we're gonna go on to the next topic. EmEry's gonna.
Well, as much as I would love to stay with you guys, I don't know if you guys want to end it with those two topics or you want to just do it and then
we can talk about the next topic. We can just make it quick.
Oh yeah, we can do a small topic as long as if it's like under 5 minutes, that's fine.
Alright, so
try to get it?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna probably go back to last week when we was talking simp ass niggas. I'm gonna let you explain what you meant by that, and then I'm gonna come with my opinion, and then we're gonna go to y'all too.
Alright, in my opinion, I feel like a simp ass nigga is a dude who has the nice guy complex in order to get the coochie, not because they're genuinely a nice guy. And then they sit here and badmouth or fucking make other dudes, like they're like, why these other dudes get their assholes? I don't do none of that. And then they'll try to guilt trip. They'll either like guilt trip a woman into like being with them because they don't do half the shit the other niggas did, but it's not even that fucking serious. Like, they don't understand that they don't have the qualities of the man that, saying most women are looking for. You're just a nice guy. You know what I'm saying? And then it's not even really you're a nice guy. You're just doing this because you know. Yeah, you just want. You know what I'm saying? They're not honest.
Off the Liq.
Yeah, they don't want to be honest with themselves. So I feel like that's what a simp is, or somebody who also pillow talks to other, like they try to make it. They'll like say say y'all are dating. I think that's the example that I gave last time. Y'all are dating, and I happen to be mutual friends with both of you, but I'm in his ear saying, hey, she's woo this, that, and the third, but I'm in your ear talking about, so, oh yeah, woo this, that, and the third, and then when y'all break up, I'm over here thinking like, damn man, y'all was so good together, but then I'm all in her inbox, all automatically trying to comfort her.
Yeah.
I think that's a simp ass nigga, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah. So what I gotta say about simp ass niggas, bro, I think that shit lame as fuck, and like a lot of times, like what she was saying last time, how are you females getting caught up by simp ass niggas? Like, how is simp ass niggas coming and swooping in and fucking with like bitches that got sense? I mean, not bitches. I'm only saying bitch because I don't know your name individually. But
women. He meant women.
Women. Okay. But at the same time, I just don't understand that. I'm gonna let one of y'all take it away.
So when he said what I was talking about last week, so when we had previously recorded this one, I was saying us as women, we need to do better with questioning, you know, these niggas. Like, it's not okay. It's no longer okay because we know what we should ask and the answers that we should be hearing. If you want to mess with this person, or you truly want to.
Hold on, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. Can females be simps?
Yes.
Yes, definitely. No, so I definitely seen it. Like, definitely.
But
the only difference between women and men, you guys won't fight about it. When females find out, you know, about what the girl did, they be fighting. You know, that's why a lot of fights happen, because it's always over another guy.
Oh wait, we didn't take our shot. But nah, I was asking that because, I mean, I always hear simp ass nigga, but I never really heard like simp ass bitch.
That might be like I might have a different term.
It's definitely, I think it's definitely a different like term for it, but it's definitely like the definition of what a simp is. Definitely is no gender for that one at all. Like, anybody can do it.
Okay, go ahead and finish what you were saying, my bad.
But that's what I'm saying. We as women, we need to do better with questioning like these guys. And, you know, you shouldn't just because, you know, so-and-so is saying this about the person you're talking to. Go talk to the person you're talking to and say, why is your friend telling me this? That's your friend. Why is he coming to me? Like, don't believe, you're not dating this person. You're not fucking this person. So why are you believing what this person is saying? Like, we need to question the motive behind these actions. Like, we can't just like, oh, well, he's attractive and he's loyal to this person, so he's going to be loyal to me. He has no reason to be loyal to you at all. And that's all I got to say about that.
Facts.
So
you got anything you want to close us out?
Well, this was actually a good little episode. Next time we'll be on time. I'm not gonna point any fingers or anything, but we're gonna be on time next time so we can fit in a little bit more topics. If there's anything else that you would like us to talk about and want our perspective or opinion on, please leave your comments down below.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure, you know what I'm saying, you share. Please share. And hopefully you enjoyed the show. And next time we'll bring on some more topics and all that good stuff. And
we should have had this nigga Norman back. That's the third nigga on the logo. I know you looked up and seen the female sitting right here. You probably thought it was a trans, but no. This is, I ain't even mean it like
what?
that. I ain't even mean it like that. Nah, real shit.
I really feel like you just called me a man.
No, I didn't.
No, he was referring to
the topic.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, okay.
Norman may or may not be here next episode. We're gonna take maybe a week or two hiatus because I gotta go to Dallas. But other than that, man.
Oh yeah, and how about your homeboy?
Man of the year, man. Go fuck with it. Man of the year clothing line, man.
Okay.
Name gonna be, link and shit gonna be in the description.
Okay, so thank you guys so much for checking out this video or this podcast. We really hope you enjoyed it. Like Shrimp said, if you have any topics that you would like to hear about or hear our opinions on, go ahead and post them in the comment section down below.
We never took this
shot. We're gonna take a shot. We're gonna close it out with a shot. And then of course, Man of the Year clothing line. The link is gonna be in the description. But without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and close this video out with a shot. So before we end this video, go ahead and like this video. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel and go ahead and share so people can know what's going on. And with all that being said, we are off the lick.
Wait, Make sure y'all fuck with that. Everybody loves K.E. By the time this come out, it's gonna be out. So just make sure y'all fuck with it.
So any links or whatnot that we have, we're just gonna post them down. Just make sure you go through all the links, give it support, and just make it do what it do.
Fuck with it. It's the hardest shit
Off the Liq.
in 2021. We in this out. We off the Liq.
Pouring the four so to sleep, I can't fight it. Locked in my mode, I feel like I'm indicted. Alternate code and I think that I like it. Look at my drip, got these hoes all excited. They tried to kill me, the fire ignited, and I beat the bullet. These niggas ain't like me. They think I'm a demon, I'm really enlightened. When I hit the block, I hit harder than Tyson. Pouring the four so to sleep, I can't fight it.